Ooh, are we live? We're live. I think we're live, right? Okay. Perfect. Hey, everybody. So, it is first live, I think, actually, that I've done in 2017. So, that's exciting. Welcome to my dressing room, which is a place that I, get ready and do all my good stuff. And I always come up with really good ideas when this is happening. Like, no joke, every morning, and I'm sitting here, and I know it's really not the morning now, but it's Saturday, so I don't have to put makeup on right away. Ha. Hey, everybody that's jumping on. So I wanted to tell you guys that I tend to always have these, like, crazy big thoughts while I'm, like, mid-makeup application. And then I try to jot them down or write notes or whatever it may be. And I always lose my freaking train of thought, or I lose like the momentum behind it. So this might be a thing now. Hey guys. Hey everybody. Hey Brennan. Hey John. Hey Jessica. Hey Darren. So this may be a new thing for me. I may just legit jump in the middle of like makeup application, keep doing what I'm doing, but talk to you guys and kind of tell you, what I'm thinking about, and I have these little revelations and I just want to share them with you. So I'm going to continue doing this because I actually have places to be today. So I'm going to keep putting my makeup on, as weird as that may be, but hey, let's roll with it, right? Let's roll with it. So I was thinking this morning and I wanted to share this story with you. I think some of you guys have probably seen me before talk about like the lighthouse and the tugboat scenario and how that's a big thing for me and what I'm doing with like my business and like the way that I do what I'm doing and why I share everything that I share and do what I do. It's not because something's wrong in my life, or I mean sometimes it is and it's stuff that I'm personally going through, but most of the time I share it because I don't want people to think that they're alone. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you give me some thumbs up if you can hear me okay? I have this phone all propped up funny, and I just want to make sure I'm not blocking the microphone. You guys hear me? Cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So anyway, what I wanted to say was I was sitting here thinking about the whole lighthouse and tugboat concept and how, I share my message just so other people can read it if that's something that they need to hear. Maybe you guys don't give a shit. That's fine too. It's not really about that. It's more about, let me tell you what I've experienced or what I've learned or what I've saw my clients experience or things like that. And then maybe you think the same way, or maybe what I say to you can help, right? So that's really the reason. 100%. That is the number one reasoning behind me sharing all the shit that I share with you guys all day long, all the time, right? So I was thinking, there was at one point in my life, and I'm not going to name anybody's names or anything like that, but there was one point in my life where, when I first started doing this, it was really weird to my friends and family members, especially. They were like, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking about this? You're sharing so much. Like, literally all you're doing is talking about, like, you share 17 times on Facebook every day. And like, why would you share that much about your personal life? And, just all kinds of questions and shit, right? And there was a point where I've had a lot of backlash. I've had people who I've known my entire life come at me and say, it's too much. Like, it's too much. You're sharing too much. You have, you're sharing on Snapchat, on Facebook, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And at the time, it really hurt my feelings. And I was like, oh my God, like, fuck this person, pretty much is the way I thought. I'm like, and it made me second guess. And now this was probably about this time last year, actually, that this really big happened to me. Sorry, my sound's on and I hate that Facebook ding. It's the worst. Anyway, it was probably about a year ago that this happened to me, one situation that I can really think of. And the person was like, you're everywhere. I just can't take it. It's too much, which a lot of people don't want to hear all the positivity all the time, right? Like, it freaks them out. And that's fine, whatever. But the fact of the matter is that to me, I'm not doing it for the people who don't want to hear it. I'm doing it for the people who need to hear it. And you can't make somebody be ready, okay, guys? Like, that's something that I, in the last year, have learned. But at that time, when this initially happened, I didn't get that. I was like, why is this person being this way? Like, what a fucking asshole. Like, why don't you support me? You know what I mean? But time goes on, and it is what it is. But the biggest thing is I realized just a minute ago today because her and I were having a conversation, and she gets it now. And she's like, I love seeing all of your stuff. It's so motivational, and it's positive, and it's this and it's that, and thank you so much. And I mentioned something about just shining my light, right? And it made me realize that a year ago today, she wasn't ready to see it. It made her really fucking uncomfortable when I shined my light. And she wasn't ready for it. And that's okay. Like, not everybody needs to be, you know, on this big mission to better themselves or to see things in a different light. Not everybody has to agree with me. That's fine. But last year, when I was just getting really like ramping up the business and ramping up talking about, you know, my thoughts that were different than other people's, she wasn't ready to see that or hear that. And she just, you know, we had a fight and it was ugly and blah, blah, blah. And it hurt both of us, I think. But I now realize that it was just because she wasn't ready yet. And that's okay. Like, we all are allowed to go about our journeys in our own way. And it's really fucking cool, actually, to be able to look at that now and kind of see that it's taken full circle and she's now ready and she's loving it and she's making changes in her life and she's understanding the changes that I've made in my life. And it's no longer a, hey, let's critique Jamie for being different. It's a, hey, this is pretty fucking cool because now I'm looking at things differently, you know, like she's looking at things differently and handling things differently. And she's starting to kind of see the light there. And it all came back to that lighthouse and tugboat. And I swear to you, no matter how long I continue to do this, it seems like the longer that I do what I'm doing, the more I get clear on the lighthouse and the tugboat and what it means. And this is just another clarity situation where it becomes even deeper for me, where I see that everybody has to do it in their own time, guys. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you are doing something different than the norm of your friends and family or the norm of the people around you and they don't get it and they're kind of backlashing against you, don't stop. Keep shining. Keep being yourself. Keep sharing your message. Keep talking about what's on your heart because they need to hear it. Everybody needs to hear it. And you need it for your own good too. But the fact is that somebody may not be ready for it yet, but you don't have to make them be ready for it. Only they can make that decision. Just like the old time, you know, one of the oldest little phrases that you hear is people say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And that's the God's honest truth. Like, you can give everybody all of the details and all of the information that you have for them, but you can't make them use it. They have to decide. Like, they have to decide that they want to make a change or that they're unhappy with something, you know, and it's worth it to them. So it was a really enlightening moment for me this morning when I really had that realization, and I just had to share it with you guys. Let me see what Christine, I love this. Yay, I'm glad. Jessica, yes, same thing happened to me and it hurts, but it's just me. And now I do get PMs regarding how being funny and inspirational. See, that's awesome. Like, you just being yourself and staying true to that. Like, to me, it's so much deeper than just even being yourself. Like, I feel like, you know, and my clients, actually, we have this conversation a lot, but we all get tested. And I think that when we go, like, Jessica, you may be able to relate to this. Like, I feel like we all go onto this path. And when we're like, I'm going to be so different. Like, I'm going to do this very, very different thing and follow this very different path than what everyone else is following, you get resistance. And I think when you get resistance, Brendan, yes, mermaid hair. I'm obsessed, I know. When you get the resistance, it's the decision and the action that you take when you have resistance that really defines who you are and will decide how your journey continues to be. Because if you allow that resistance to stop you, then most likely whatever it is that you're trying to grow and the clarity you're seeking for yourself isn't going to come. Because you're proving to the universe by, like, getting a little resistance and then you stopping that you don't really want it or you're not really ready. And so every time that you get those moments where you're like, shit, this person backlashed against me, this hurts, why don't they understand? You can realize that every time that you continue to push forward and do you, all you're doing is reassuring the universe and yourself that you're ready for this shit. Like, You are ready. There is no question about it that you are ready. And that's when the abundance kicks in, and that's when the clarity and like the freedom of that feeling is like undescribable. Jessica, yes, see, you get it. Like, it's so cool, and it's fucking scary. Let's be really honest. Like, it is not simple to step outside of your box, to step outside of the comfort zones of your friends and family members. It's not. It's so scary. And you do get a lot of backlash. I mean, I remember my mom and dad looked at me like I was crazy at first. And now they think it's really cool what I do for a living. And like my dad, though, he told my mom at one point, like, I don't ever worry about Jamie. She'll figure it out. And that's kind of the way they raised me. You know what I mean? So it's like tribute to them as well. But it was scary to hear that. You know, it's scary when the people around you don't get it. And it would be really simple. And I think a lot of people do allow that to get them down and make them stop sharing. But trust me, like today was a really kick-ass realization for me, that she's ready to see my light now. And I kept shining continuously for over a year now. I've been talking about the same things and sharing and shining. And regardless of whether people fucking liked it or not, I ripped, like, I don't know if you guys follow Sean Whalen, but he had given this scenario or this little analogy a few months ago about coming in the light, like everybody's warm underneath their covers, and somebody comes in, flips the light on, and pulls the covers off. And people are like, what the fuck? Like, if they're not ready for that, then they freak out, and they instantly are negative towards you with what you're doing and saying, because they're not ready for you to turn the light on. They're not ready to see your light. You're blinding them. And that's okay. Like, when they're ready, they'll see it. When they're ready to stop bouncing around with all the other boats down in the harbor, they'll see your light, and they'll stop running into boats, and they'll stop running into rocks, and there you go. Let's see. Frank, people may also resent you because they aren't ready and willing to take steps. Frank, you're so right. Like, 100%, Frank, you could not be more correct. Like, a lot of people do get feelings of resentment. I've had that. I've had friends of mine say to me, you know, you and I just look at life very differently now. And I'm like, no, you just don't want to hear the fucking reality. That's all. And that's fine. I'm not going to look down on one single person for thinking like that, or for not wanting to see it or hear what I'm saying. Like, they will. I hope to God they will. And I'll just keep shining my light over here, feet planted, you know, and hope that they figure it out. Mike Rudge, who is Sean Whalen? Yeah. Okie dokie. It's a good analogy. I had to share it. It's really good. Christine covers. Cool. So is this weird, you guys? Like, is it super weird that I'm sitting here putting on makeup, having conversation with you guys? Or is this kind of cool? I think this is kind of cool. Because this might become a thing, because I tend to have all of my ideas, it feels like. So I obviously am not going to live stream with you in the shower, because that's also where my ideas come from. That's not happening. But doing it right here, not so bad. Excuse me. It's a little different, but I'm a little different. So there you go. There's that. I'm getting ready to head out of the house for a while, which it's freezing in St. Louis. So anyway, do you guys have any questions about the lighthouse and the tugboat, or like any of the crap that I was just talking about? Because I'll hang tight for a bit if anybody has any questions. Cool. I'm actually learning about my wife's morning routine. Mornings, my makeup routine. Yeah, makeup routines. I'm amazed that you can talk and apply mascara and eyeliner. Well, think about it. I was thinking about it. This is my Aunt Cindy, who just commented. And what I was thinking about was like, well, you know what? If there's somebody physically here, I can talk to them while I'm doing this. Like Tony, my boyfriend, will be here sometimes, and I'll sit and talk to him while I'm putting makeup on and stuff. So why can't I talk to all of you guys while I do it? So there's that. It works out. Killing two birds with one stone. It's kind of exciting. You guys are awesome. I love this. All right, cool. I'll hang tight, though, like I said, for a couple minutes. If anybody has anything they want to say or questions they want to ask, I will chill here for a minute. I'm going to we're not going to the shooting range today. I'm going to the shooting range tomorrow. We were going to go today, but we canceled. Frank, thank you. Tony is my boyfriend. He doesn't make too many appearances in my online world because he's not an internet guy, but yeah, he's my boyfriend. That's who that is. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, he's the guy that that was up on the big screen at the hockey game last weekend on New Year's Eve. He used to play for the Blues. Christine, thanks, eyebrows. Yeah, there's this thing. Look at it. Check this shit. I got this at Sally Beauty Supply, and it was like seriously inexpensive, and it's amazing. It's perfect. Perfect. It comes with a little brush and everything. Frank. Have a great weekend. You too. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to jump off now and curl my hair and then get ready to go. So wherever you're at, if it's as cold there as it is here, I hope you don't freeze. And enjoy your weekend. And thanks for watching. It was kind of fun being able to share that message with you guys like that. So I hope that it was as enlightening for you as it was for me. Enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.